I have several. I have lots and lots of videos still to do. You know what? I am way behind. Of course, is there really a behind?
No.
That's the thing. It's social media. So, like, how behind can you actually be? In Bosnia, tree is a living the bonsai tree is a living symbol of patience, precision, and natural artistry, values that lie at the heart of ancient roots. Just as the bonsai is carefully shaped over time with intention and respect out of nature, our craft, solventless concentrates, are handcrafted in small batches with intention, precision, and deep respect of the plant. Every batch reflects a deep-rooted commitment to tradition, balance, and quality, like the bonsai, ancient roots, edibles, or embodies mindful processes and the beauty of restraint, what's up, America? How you doing? So this is our latest concentrate right here, and this is absolutely fantastic. This is a hash, actually. And so, yeah, look at that. This is, oh, that's a hash coin right there. And my friends, what's up, America? This is a hash coin. So this is Moroccan hash. Oh, yeah. But before we get into that, it's pre-roll time. Hell yeah, what's up, our concentrate? You guys, you're awesome then. I also have some keef right here to get into later. But first things first, cheetah piss. There you go. This one right here is a strain. This is... My eyes are so fucked up I can't read. Well, it's hash. Nonetheless, it's hash. So we're getting that in a nice bowl coming up here. But let's talk about the news and politics and all that dumbass bullshit that we're all so privy to wanting to fucking choke someone out over. Hey, how you doing there? Democrat or Republican? Ugh! No matter what it is, it's a problem, isn't it? So instead of making it a problem, let's mock politics. That's always fun. We got to talk about some news today, and we got to talk about some other things. Then we'll get into some allegory. I just drove back from Tennessee with my wife. We're now in the great shithole of Indiana, and I am not a thrilled, happy customer because I like good breakfast food, mountains, and good Native American brand marijuana, which is exactly what we're using. Nothing like the Cherokee Nation to make the best marijuana. This one's from Cincinnati. But we have weed from the Cherokee Nation. Nothing better than the Cherokee Nation brand of marijuana. Right out of Cherokee, North Carolina. Suck my ass. Absolutely. Gotta love the Cherokee. And there's my boxers. Hope my dick didn't flinch out. Holy fucking shit! And yes, what's up, SJF? And yes, I already have a Cherokee Nation flag. And I also have yellow root in the other room to unfuck my lung problems. Yes, I took the time to buy some yellow root this time. So I'm going to take that yellow root, put it in some hot tea, shake it around and drink that shit. Tastes bitter as fuck. And expel the stuff that's murdering my body. Fantastic. Love yellow root. I've had it before. I used it when I had pneumonia once. It actually has quite the profound effect. So Cherokee Nation seems to... Oh, very nice, Johnny. So the Cherokee Nation seems to know what the fuck they're doing. My wife also has a hoodie from Cherokee. Why? Because fuck everybody else. That's why.
Potato sack.
It's a potato sack. One of those hippie ones. My wife's a hippie. Very hot, too. Big-breasted. Yum. Anyway, so let's get into the news. What's up, everybody? How you doing? We have some shock news, if you want to call it that. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with Iran? Do you want to start... What's up, Iowa? Do you want to start... Yellow root, I have to try and remember that one. It's good, man. It's like... It looks like a stick, and it's yellow. Like that kind of yellow inside. What's up, Radman? It is a great thing. It helps. Now, you can't use it too much. It becomes toxic after... Radar man, sorry. What's up, America? But it's very good for you. So, do you want to talk about Trump? Do you want to talk about the news of the world, Iran? We've got a lot of stories going on. I've been out of town for about a week, give or take. So I've been making videos on fuck talk. Not so much here, I need to, so I'll probably put some of that up there. We have several things to talk about. I'll get into a spot of job news, followed by Iran and the high gas prices that we're going to be suffering through in order to preserve and save the people that are being murdered in Iran. So the first thing I want to talk about is our job creation. This is absolute horseshit. Is everybody ready? New federal study has come out saying that as of today, we have created 0 jobs in the private sector. 0 jobs in the private sector. Non-existent growth in the labor force. Quote, we've never seen this in history. The U.S. economy may not be strong enough to cope with the Iran crisis. Now, this is a problem right here. Federal government sees an unemployment holding at 4.4% amid low labor force growth driven by immigration declines and lower participation rates. What's up, Ukraine? Job creation in the United States has essentially slowed to 0. Federal Reserve Chief Jerome Blowhard Powell said Wednesday the Fed released its latest economic projection, which includes slightly higher economic growth than previously projected and no change to the unemployment rate. Altogether, Jerome Powell said central bankers see a degree of stability in the labor market, but no growth in the labor market. But the thing that, quote, but the thing that I think is a good number of people on the committee are concerned about is just the very low level of job creation. Now, of course, there's several reasons why jobs are not being created. One is AI. 2 is stagnant growth, particularly, unfortunately, with housing. And 3 is basically consumers' inability to have any confidence whatsoever. Now, that's muddled, of course, by the Iran war. This is not AI. I am smoking good weed. I will say that. Computers don't smoke good weed. Although I took this image of the background of Cherokee, so I like this. Of the seal of Cherokee. Anyway, so what we're doing right now, according to the United States, is according to the Federal Reserve and our other banking systems, is we're spending a great deal of time and money with AI, and we're losing a lot of jobs here in the United States going to AI. Which is funny because with the amount of data centers that are being created here in America, you would think that we would have a lot more jobs when it comes to that. But we're just not. That's really fucked up. Absolutely, John Connor. Hell yeah, what's up, Gary? How you doing? So that's what it's going. Now, does that mean the American economy will stay? Can I be at? Please. It doesn't mean the United States economy will be stagnant forever. However, what we are seeing is with the upturn in AI, you need to be present. Oh, thank you, Smokey. With the upturn with AI and the downturn in the labor market, the stagnating value of the dollar, actually the declining value of the dollar, and all these other types of things, we're seeing our fucking systems be compromised. Add war with that, add an inability to do good and fair trade worldwide, and you're seeing a catastrophe possibly unfold before your eyes. However, the alternative to this catastrophe is hundreds of thousands of people being murdered in Iran. And this is what I want to drive home with this point here. Thank you, SJF. Thank you, my friend. What I want to drive home with this point is that before all this shit happened, right? The Iranian government was murdering thousands and thousands of people, targeting particularly young women. So I'm trying to put together a leftist policy and a conservative policy that matches with the way Iran is going. So I just want to ask a couple of questions. If you're a leftist, liberal, Democrat, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself now, You believe that women's rights are paramount, correct? Is that a correct statement? Yes or no? Women's rights are paramount, correct? So, when we talk about the Iranian government, they use rape as torture. Okay? They have been targeting younger teenage girls for death, the IRGC and their friends and coworkers, all this other shit, even doctors. And on top of that, they've been using rape as a weapon. So, my whole thing is, when it comes to the liberal policy, okay, the liberal policy should be in favor of Iranian women, correct? But I'm not seeing a lot of assistance from American liberal women, specifically white liberal women. I've seen women of color that are liberal that are standing with women in Iran, but I'm Iranian. I'm thinking you right. Thank you, my friend Clancy. I like your name though. And so I'm wondering, white liberal women, why are you not in favor of helping Iran? At the same token, white conservative men, why are you so hell-bent into going to war? You see that there's a duality going on here in the United States. And the duality that's going on here says that you need women's rights. So if you get raped to death for not wearing a hijab, you should be in favor of shooting those people. Right? I don't know. It's not really difficult. I know I say things very... I know I say things very bluntly, but if you say, oh, it's a good idea to stone women to death or rape them as a punishment for not wearing a hijab, right? Well, then the person doing that raping or hurting should be shot to death. There's really no in between there. I don't know how this is a debate. Now, could it have been done a better way than going gangbusters with Israel and AIPAC blowing up everything? Well, I don't know. And the reason I don't know is because of the behavior of the Iranian government recently. Now, I understand oil is at $111 a barrel here in the United States. That seems like it might be a problem, right? Especially if it goes up to $150, $200 a barrel. That may be a problem for the consumer and the average American here in the future. Wouldn't you agree that $8 to $10 gasoline a gallon would be bad? The problem is I can't toe a particular party line because both your political parties are fucking retarded. So knowing that and knowing that's the way business is going, I can't give a loyalty to either. I can give a loyalty to a moral force that says we shouldn't be killing women in Iran, or the government shouldn't. We shouldn't be price gouging. We shouldn't be doing certain things. There's a lot of things we shouldn't be doing. But I feel like at this point, I'm being forced in many ways to choose a political side. And I don't want to, because I hate everybody. And I hope the Civil War happens and everybody shoots each other. That way we can get the retards out of the way and we can move on with a government that's effective for the people. That's my opinion on it. I don't want to choose a political side. I want you to suck my dick. That's as far as it goes. And I've been threatened with death. You need to do, I don't need to do a goddamn thing. Then I won't do a goddamn thing. And I don't feel like it. Why? Because I don't feel like it. No, it's not going to happen. But I don't feel like choosing a political side. Because you're both stupid. You're both unevolved chimps. Unevolved chimpanzee, simian-like behavior. And I don't know what to do or tell anybody. Because I've told everybody for 1,000 years. First of all, you shouldn't have used your military for wars for resources. You should have used your military to stop murderers and genocide. But then when we finally do that, you guys all get your panties in a bunch. I don't know what it is. We didn't want to do the war for oil. Now we're doing a hybrid war for oil and war for trying to save people from being murdered. Well, what about Ukraine? Well, you see, here's the difference. Ukraine was a forced thing, forcing us into it because of NATO. And you say, well, wait a minute. What about NATO? Well, NATO's not very nice to us, frankly. Right? And I'm sick of pretending that Europeans are our friends. You're not. You treat us like shit. You want to know why Donald Trump is abandoning you, people particularly in Western Europe? It's because you're fucking dickheads. You think you're better than us. You're pompous. You're authoritarian. You know what I'm saying? You have a belief system that says that an antiquated governmental body, an agency like socialism can actually function. Once again, another unevolved simian type of behavior. And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry. And you say, well, where are we going here? Well, let me really just get into brass tacks here. Let me give you a list of countries that you know are a problem. Right? I'm sick of pretending anymore. You're not stupid. You know, and why don't you go after China? I'm not here to fucking tell you why this is happening. Thank you, Cody. Here are the countries in the world that are bad. Not the people, the government. North Korea sucks. Their government's a piece of shit. Their government leaders should all be fucking nuked. Fuck them. They take you, if you're dissenting against the government, put you in a concentration camp, then they put the next 3 generations of your family in with you and torture them as well. You think that's a good government? No, fuck those people. I would say nuke their government, shoot them all to death, and free the people myself. But obviously we know China, another bad government, is backing them. But they're not quite as bad. They pick and choose who they put in their concentration camps. For instance, in China, they put the Uyghur Muslims in to the concentration camps. And some of you say, well, they're just Muslims. It doesn't matter. Well, it does because there's people, but they're not as murdery as North Korea. But they still suck dick. So let's not mince words here, right? So North Korea is a piece of shit government. China is a quasi piece of shit government. Let's continue, shall we? Iran, what do? Well, you degrade your government. You want to murder everybody in Israel, including babies and children, and you murder your own people. You're a piece of shit government. Fuck you. Suck my dick. What do you want from me? Pakistan, Afghanistan, your governments both suck dick. Fuck you. Pakistan wants to kill people of their choosing, particularly Hindus. And of course, Afghanistan oppresses women and their violent sociopaths in their government. All those Taliban people should all, with no fucking question, fuck them. Bad government. What about Saudi Arabia? Well, they behead journalists and chop their bodies up, but they're not really warlike exactly. What about Yemen? Yeah, fuck the Houthis. Let's fuck them. Who gives a shit? What about Egypt? They're okay. Libya, why'd you leave it alone? You could have rolled in and fixed it. What the fuck is wrong with you? They don't have a government. It's a bunch of warlord shitholes, just like always. How about Somalia? Same thing, different style. Pirates, what's up, America? Pirates, fucking unevolved governments. These people, the people aren't bad. They're governments and they're militaries. They murder people. I'm telling the truth, Dave. You know I'm right. South African government, bunch of racist cocksuckers. What do you want from me? I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the government. South Africa's government's racist. Fucking Somalia is a broken pile of shit that needs repaired. Their government's terrible. Nigeria, their government's complicit with Muslims killing Christians. What do you want from me? And by the way, I have Jesus. Fuck you. Mexico is a fucking cartel haven. Half of that country's under the control of cartels. Someone needs to come in, occupy the territory, kill or maim all the cartel members, destroy the leadership, crush all the supply lines, make it so it doesn't exist, and then we restore it. Any type of cartels need to fuck themselves. What about Russia? Russia has nuclear weapons. Should their government be replaced? Yeah, they're a pile of shit too, in most cases. Now, I love Russian history, and I really love, I consider it a possible Russophile. At the same time, their government is the same as it's always been. Line them up, stack them, bodies to the wall, drop them, kill, and then we move on until we get our results. What's up, Mike? So yes, any government that does that is a pile of shit. And there's countless fucking governments. Cuba, fucking Haiti is another fucking one similar to that. But we're not allowed to say that Because if we say, well, Haiti's government sucks, well, that's racist because they're black that run the government. No, the race doesn't matter if you're a murdering psychopath. You don't deserve to be in charge. Then there's governments that are going against their own people in order to circumvent power grabs or power holds, if you want to call it that, replacing, in my opinion, a population with another. These are Western European governments, also Canada, Australia, New Zealand, that says our people are garbage because they're white, basically. So what we want to do is get rid of them because they're white and replace them with Muslims, which is not a race, by the way, or people, whatever, and have basically breed them out, fuck them, okay? Well, here's the thing about that. Your government is as bad as North Korea. So is the United Kingdom, the way they're doing with the migrants coming in and basically taking over England, is it as bad as Pakistan? Yes. Yes, I see it's the same thing to me, just in a different way. Yeah, it's about every government, basically, yes.
No, somebody said so every government's bad except for your own.
No, every government's basically bad, fuckface. Like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? Do you want me to fucking say every government? Oh, yeah. Okay, what governments are good? I'll give you this. What governments are actually good? Because that should be where we're talking. At one point, Uruguay had a good president. Long, long ago. He was known as the pauper president. He didn't want a value, didn't want military. Costa Rica, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't have a large military or any, and they're more dedicated to helping the environment and saving it. That's where you should really be. That's the kind of page you should be on. Not going to, but right now, let me see you later real quick. The problem is you have these governments that are hell-bent on dick measuring and killing you for resources and territory. And my whole thing is, the people, particularly the bleeding hearts in Western Europe and in America and in Canada, they all make great points. We need to protect the environment. We need to do away with war. We need to help the poor, stick it to the rich. All great points. But the liberals, mainly, because I'm just going to lump them in that category, have to understand that while you're doing this, there are forces that will take you out. So if you say, I don't want my money going to the military, for instance, I don't want a big military. Wonderful. Other nations want to kill you. Take your nation, rape your women, and take the resources for themselves and make you capitulate under their flag. Well, I don't want to hear that because I don't want to do that. Wonderful. You don't want to do that. Neither do I. Some of them do, though. Some of them want that. And the problem is we pretend that that doesn't exist. Like, we're a Western society. We're the only bad guys in the world. So, for instance, like Russia. Russia wants Ukraine. Wonderful. They don't give a shit about just Ukraine. They want to take Western Europe over. Why? Because it solidifies commerce in an empire. Why? Because it's territorial gain and it makes the leader in the nation look strong in the future. There's no other reason. It's the same with China. They will try to take Taiwan. Mark my fucking words. Well, why can't we just live in peace? Because that's going to be the bleeding heart argument. And the argument on that is you live in a world where you want peace. And that's admirable. They live in a world where peace is considered a weakness. You don't live in that world. You don't understand that world because that's not the world you operate in. You operate in kindness, mutual reciprocity, respect, and giving when people need, and helping, and then people in turn helping you and get when you need, and all that. That's not the remainder of the people in charge in society. They don't see it that way. And you have to understand, just because you see it that way doesn't mean they do. And if they don't, they will take advantage of the people that do see it that way. You understand? Yeah, they operate in commerce. That's commerce and territory. That's it. So picture the United States as it was expanding and taking Native American territory. They didn't operate in any sense of, oh, what will it feel like? What will the next generation suffer through? What about their culture? None of that mattered to them. They took it over as a means of taking what they perceived was their manifest destined territory. That's it. Not God or country is going to stand in our way. And it didn't, did it? Now you have reservations. You don't have any nations, do you? Of course not. You have a lot of conquered territory. Well, it's true. Let's say China says, I want to invade the west coast of the United States. Fuck yourself. And they do. And you get out in the streets and you say, I want peace. And a Chinese troop says, boom, and shoots you in the fucking abdomen and you bleed out and die on the sidewalk. And you say, I wanted peace. And he says, fuck you. Boom. Well, why are you doing that? Typical cockface. Look, fuck you. I'm telling the truth. You're a piece of shit. Suck my fucking dick. You fucking retard. Anyway, let's get on with it. That's what it is. And that's another thing. I'm not a MAGA whatever. I'm in the middle of the road. You telling me what I am makes you retarded. Frankly, because bitch, you don't know me. Fuck your mother. I did the other day. She was loose as a fucking old sweater. Nevertheless, the bottom line is I don't represent my nation. So when you say America needs to do this or that, I'm not Trump, you fucking dumbasses, nor am I a politician. Americans don't have power. And if you believe that they do over their own government, you're dumber than I fucking thought. And I'm dead serious. Oh, what? Because in Bulgaria, you might have some type of fucking rapport with your government. In Liechtenstein, you can actually go to your government. We don't have that, dumb fuck. We have 330 million people here. How close can you get to Putin and make a suggestion in Russia? And they have half our population. So who the fuck are you? That's the realities of the situation. But blaming a political commentator like me means that you're a failure as a human and a simian at best. That's my opinion on this. Nevertheless, we have to understand that just because we want peace and that's another thing. People are like, well, this is so MAGA. What, do you want me to lie to you? So when we talk about peace, so I was doing the news, but now I'm in this room for 5 minutes. So when we say we want peace, so let's just, for instance, let's say we decided to live the rainbow society that the fish people that follow fish used to do, where it's all bartering, we live off the land, peace, love, and respect. And then the Chinese government comes in. What are you going to do? Is peace, love, and respect going to work? No, they tried that in Tibet. You know what happened? They shot all of them. That's what happens. That's correct, Hans. That's correct. So what happened in the 50s when the Chinese government came into Tibet? They made the Mandelas of peace. Will join with the Chinese as a brotherhood. They said, anybody that's in charge, we're going to fucking put you in a prison camp. The Dalai Lama, you have to flee or we'll blow your brains out. This territory is ours. We're taking the capital. Suck my ass. And if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. And you say, well, that's not peace. We're Buddhist. We don't believe in violence. And they said, we do believe in violence, though. It doesn't matter what you believe. We're doing what we feel. Well, I don't want that to be a reality, that something isn't what I believe and might destroy me. But that's a reality of life. And if you don't choose to see it, I don't know what to tell you. It might be to your detriment in the future. You know what I mean? So, what do you want? Let me just ask you this question. Is Lhasa in Tibetan hands, or is Lhasa in Chinese hands? That's what peace did for you. That's what peace did. They tried to meet a military deranged force with peace, and they were taken advantage of. What a fucking surprise. So, would you rather be a gardener in a war or a warrior in a garden? That's all I'm saying. It's the most common shit. And for the most part, the United States is a broken political nation. What's up, Shermanator? How you doing? For the most part, the United States is a broken political nation. You liberals cannot ever find peace with Trump or his supporters. And you MAGA will never find peace with liberals, ever, will you? Neither of you can ever admit it. You're worse than the fucking communists and the Nazis right now. Both of you dumb fucks. None of you have the ability ever to make a compromise because you're both fucking deranged. Now, liberals are deranged enough to shoot people. Are MAGA people? No, they're not. Well, why aren't they? They're not because not we, anybody who's a right-wing person, even if you're a rhino, if you want to call it that, believes that free speech is not a weapon. Words are not offense. They're not weapon, or if they are offense, what? They're not bullets. Yeah, words are not ammunition. It's just something people do. But the liberal perspective says that we need to attack our own people for their speech. That's an unfortunate thing. And the reason that's an unfortunate thing is because your precedent, the liberal precedent, was I may not agree with what you say, but I'll fight to the death for you to say it. Now it's I don't like what you're saying, so I'll shoot you to death. That's not a liberal principle. That's a communist principle, you see? And therein lies the problem. This is why Bill Maher liberals, social libertarians like myself, and even soft conservatives don't exist anymore. And when you have a person like me, and I say, well, I want to be fiscally conservative and socially liberal, then you call me a Nazi or a communist. Because that's all you fuckfaces can project. Because you're either a Nazi or a communist now. And the problem is with that is neither of you dumb fucks ever fucking work. Your governments can't. Not in a modern society. Communism, Nazism, socialism, that's for retards. That's for retards, you see? And I don't know how else to put it. Socialism is a retarded form of government. Same with communism. Same with Nazism or fascism. The economic basis of any of those are rooted in antiquated shit that no longer exists. You know, if you want to roll back the clock to 1890, really get the beginning of the Industrial Revolution by the balls there, yeah, then we could probably do something for you. But in a modern neo-feudalistic technocratic system that we have, what's up, New Mexico? How you doing? Those forms of government are stupid as fuck. The newer forms of government require a mix of merit-based, technocratic, and personal responsibility that people don't want. So that would be a mix of meritocracy, social libertarianism. There's a couple other kind of not even fringe, because so you don't want to get into totalitarianism, and that's the problem. That's the problem that's rooted in all these governments that you idiots keep fighting over. Fiscal conservatism, you have to throw fiscal conservatism. Indiana sucks, but I live here. Fiscal conservatism is great but you have to put it in with social libertarianism. But you can't have totalitarianism. Well, let me just ask you one question. Do you like being told what to do? At what degree do you like being told what to do? Because that's really what there's really a yes or a no. The reason Indiana sucks is because they don't have referendum voting. That is, I could go an hour on that. Referendum voting doesn't exist in Indiana. The politicians, for the most part, whether it's fucking Democrat or Republican or lobby-based, and Eli Lilly simply has too much power. They vote against what 80% of the people want. It's a ridiculous system. They need if you had referendum voting, no problem at all. Wonderful state. Indiana's never been the problem. It's the government. And they have supermajority Republican, but we have not high as taxes, but as many taxes as they do in Washington State or California. It's ridiculous to call ourselves a conservative state when we're only conservative on the social aspects. Braun's a pile of shit. Look, I'm in Indiana. I'm in the main city here. So, like, the last three governors have been piles of shit. So, like, for instance, you had Mitch Daniels. He privatized too much. That's why we are so stagnant in our movements. You had was it Ballard? No, that was the mayor. What was the last fuckface? Eric Holt. Oh my God, Holt. Yeah. Oh my God. So Mike Pence ushered. Yeah, Mike Pence ushered in the private prisons even worse. What's that other cocksuckers? Eric Holcomb. He fucking like everybody was like, we want medical weed, retard, and he's like, no, I don't. And because I don't want it, 6.5 million people don't get it either. And it's like, well, 85% of the state wants it. No, I'm Eric Holcomb. My dick's yeah. And it's like, oh my God, dude, I fucking was so happy when he left. I don't want a Democrat, but fuck that piece of shit. So Indiana has a problem because we're a corporatist state. We're not a conservative state. We're a conservative in name only. It's really sickening. Like Montana. You want a good conservative state? Montana. Montana's got its act together. Guns out the ass as much as you want. Legal fucking weed. Low taxes. And open, beautiful land. How could you fuck that up? Yeah, Indiana's trash. Indiana's fucking trash. And it's not trash. The government's making it that way. Like, for instance, in the House, the Indiana House, they passed a bill that says that they can zone anything anywhere. Well, that's a fucking problem, don't you think? Why would that be a problem? Oil refinery on a river. Landfill next to a school. I could name a million possibilities. I don't have to think about that. I can say that's a bad idea on those two alone. But then our state legislature said, well, we don't really understand it, so we'll pass it so the Senate can figure it out. How retarded is that? We voted for these dumb fucks. And then we're like, well, we don't have referendum voting. It's like we're living. It's so bad here with that, I'm going to move out of the state when my kid's done with high school. Me and my wife have already agreed. I don't care if they legalize weed here in Indiana. I won't be here for it. Fuck this. I will not live here. Why? Because you went too long with it. You went too long. The corruption, like I know a politician that drives around and gets fucking whores off the street. Okay? It's a fucked up place here. I know a state politician. The way we got to do it is we have to, at this point, we have to form a new political party because these two pieces of shit have fucking dick for brains. The liberals don't want to lead except with social aspects. And the Republicans don't want to lead except for company and rich people aspects. So the average American has no voice. You're politically homeless. So the liberals will say, I don't give a fuck about you as a citizen. Fuck you. However, I'm taking your money and you're going to pay for the migrants, the refugees, and illegals. You don't get the benefits they get. You're paying for it because of historical racism, which is the dumbest shit in the world. That's just opening up a fucking situation for another group to take advantage. To see, like, okay, so for instance, let's look at this from outside. And I'll get to the Republicans in a minute. But let's look at it from the outside. I'm living in Guatemala in poverty. I see a nation that takes from its citizens and gives to me for free. And if I cross the border illegally, there's no crime or punishment. So living in squalor or living in a fucking apartment watching Netflix in fucking Arizona with food stamps. Gee, it's not fucking difficult or rocket science to figure out. The only problem is walking through cartel territory, which you have to pay a coyote not to execute and rape your family to get across the border. Or you can fucking take your chances and God only knows what you'll get across. Lots of sex trafficking, unfortunately, coming across the border. Nobody likes that. So the possibilities are you and your family have no upward mobility in any Central or South American nation outside of Uruguay, Brazil, or Argentina, Chile, and maybe Peru if you're lucky. The rest is either government corruption or cartel violence. Then you have Central America. 2 or 3 nations have their shit together. The rest, cartel violence. Then you go to Mexico, cartel violence. Why the fuck wouldn't you want to get out of there? I'd be running out of that shit like my hair was on fire. Live in fucking Jalisco state or fucking live in New Mexico? It's a no fucking brainer. Are you kidding me? If you told me go down to fucking live in Ciudad Juarez or go up to the coldest region of Montana, fuck you, I'm heading to Montana with my skis on because fuck that bullshit. Right? Are you kidding me? Fucking beheading family members as fucking retaliation because some asshole ran over a fucking cartel member's foot one day? Yeah, no thank you. But then you say, okay, well, these poor refugees. Okay, wonderful. These poor people. Now give me food stamps. Give me this. Well, hold on a second there, sport. I can't have food stamps. I'm not allowed to have food stamps. I make fucking $25 too much a month. Can't get government benefits of any kind. Well, pay up, white guy. You're a racist. Well, no, I'm not a racist. Oh, okay, yeah, you're married to a black woman. Wonderful. Your grandparents were racist. Well, no, my grandmother used to do civil rights marches here in Indiana. Well, somewhere out there, there's some racism because you're white. Well, hold on a second. That sounds like you're a racist cocksucker. That's what it sounds like to me. Sounds like you're turning the tide in order to steal from me to pay for them. Well, fuck you. Why don't you pay for yourself like I have to? Well, that's racist in the richest country in the world. Funny, though, how American citizens don't have the money because it's skewed with the billionaires that have all of it. So if you have 3,000 billionaires in America and 330 million poor people, well, your GDP, it says you make 60,000 a year. Well, no, that's when you add the rich people, stupid. Right? That's when you add the rich people. If you take the rich people out, the average American makes about what someone in Greece makes a year. All right, so we're not wealthy. But then you're using the skewed data to take money from us, even though the billionaires won't pay you shit because they're the fucking assholes who have your money, but you dare not go after them because they're greasing the skids of your Democrat political campaign. So you got to suck off the billionaires while robbing white boy Bill to pay for fucking, Paco Juarez that just came over here. All the wonder, I'm wondering why I'm working 60 fucking hours a week and being taxed at 28.7% when back in the day, even indentured servants only got taxed at roughly 12%. So what the fuck are we doing here? Then you go over to the Republicans and you say, well, surely the Republicans will fix it. No, because they're greasing the skids to make their people wealthy. So they don't give a fuck about you if you have... Fuck you, you're poor, work harder, bitch. The billionaires need more money. Keep sucking that dick. Well, I don't want to suck the dick of a billionaire. I don't want to do that. I want me to get more money. I want me to afford a family. I want me to buy a house. I want to go fuck my wife on an Australian beach somewhere. Why does this billionaire get to do it and I don't get to do it? Well, they worked harder. Well, I don't know. I looked at their history. I don't see them working very much. I see them playing in the potty, basically, going to nice clubs, enjoying their night, fucking a plastic wife that has Botox fish lips to suck a dick better, and I don't get to have any of it. Well, you just didn't work hard enough. Well, I thought working 75 hours a week was enough. Well, you didn't work smarter. Well, I went to grad school. Well, no, I'm just not helping because I'm a selfish prick. Oh, okay. That's the end of the shrubbery maze. You want to take from the poor and middle class, give to you, and be a fucking dumb fuck, and go party and do drugs, eat children, and fuck babies like you did at the Epstein files. Good job. So that's our choices. Baby eating kid fuckers or dumbass fucking corrupt retards. So pick your poison. Well, let's get a better government. Well, every time we try, one of the dick suckers or retards fucking shoot us. So which is it? What are we doing here? We try to make another political party, all of a sudden we get Clinton to death. So we can't make a new political party because someone will come out of the woodwork. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that if I were you. Your family might end up this or that. But we need a better fucking government. So how are we going to do this? How are we going to do it? How are you going to make some? Do you like being told what to do? Do you love it? Do you love the government telling you? What? Really? Oh, because you have the cap on it.
I'm retarded.
I love you. So it's like, yeah. So how do you get that? Oh, assholes can clearly be rich. I've seen a lot of rich assholes. Some of the biggest assholes in the world are rich. As a matter of fact, I would say
some of the richest people in the world are assholes.
yes, some of the richest people in the world. As a matter of fact, I would disagree and say that you might have to be an asshole to be rich. Would I ever vote again? It depends. I don't know, man. This is getting hairy here. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Here you go. That's a live rosin pen. That's what that is. So when we look at what we have, we don't have very good choice here. Let me put it to you this way. Coming up here in the year 2028, you're going to have a choice between either J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio and a variety of what have you there, or Kamala Harris, Newsom, and some of that. So, get your shoes on and get ready because that is the bullshit you're going to be. Well, I don't like either of that. Does it matter what you want? Does it even matter? Does it even fucking matter? Of course not. They don't give a fuck about you. They would run Grimace and fucking Hamburglar if they knew they could fucking lobby them and get anything they wanted that you'll never see, feel, be a part of, or even come near tasting once in your existence. The best you'll ever get in your life is taking the girl you're trying to fuck to the melting pot or going to Paula Deen's with your wife down in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And I want it to be better than that. There isn't any better, fuckface. That's what you're getting. That's what you're getting. No, it's not bitching. Okay, how about this? Tell me a solution instead of being a fucking asshole. How's that? You can sit there, just bitch. Okay, then tell me what you want there, fuckface. You tell me what to do. You're the doctor. You tell me. Yeah, I'm sure you have wonderful ideas. I'm sure they're not remedial at all in any capacity. That'll get someone killed if it does it or fucking rip someone off. Come on, tell me. We're all waiting. We need, come on, professor. What you got there, pro? What you doing? I would love to hear it. You see, identifying the problem is first of all. Well, what are we just bitching about? We're bitching about the fucking problems of the world. We identify this. So what are the problems we're dealing with right now? We're dealing with Sharia law trying to spread its wings worldwide. We're dealing with child fucking kid eaters in the government. That's a problem. Wouldn't you say that's a problem? Or is that just, oh, we'll just overlook that? Just gonna overlook that? Must have been just some fake emails, right? That's not real. You've already forgotten about it, haven't you? Now it's Iran. Now you're in this room. The psychology of it's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. They could let a nuke go off in fucking Prague, and within 2 weeks, you would pretty much forget it even happened, right? Isn't that how trained everybody is? Yeah, they would come up. Britney Spears getting on a new conservatorship, right? That really takes the cake away, right? That really takes it away. That's the news cycles. I'm serious. They could assassinate Putin and World War III would start. And within 2 weeks, you would forget why it even happened or what you're even doing. And you wonder why I smoke so much fucking weed. Well, I'm just saying. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages and boomers, what would you do? What would you do? What would your government look like? I'll read my government tomorrow, but what would your government look like? Would it be compassionate? Would it be strong to take out our fuckface enemies? Like, what would you do? What would you do? Would you be like Gandhi or would you be like Hitler? What is it? You think you got the answers? How do you stop a war in Iran? How do you fucking give freedom to people that want it so badly? How do you stop encroachment from other nations trying to take us out? Yeah, we don't need Canada, but I do love Canada. Don't act like you're fucking better than me. I've been to Canada fucking a lot of times. I don't want to hear it. Your weed is about on par with ours. Not gonna lie. I like your hash actually better. I'll give you that. I don't know where you're at in Canada, but our hash is good here. But the hash is really like they try to do more of a bubble hash type of thing. Or like, I'm not into that. I like the old bricked Afghani hash, the mushy fucking Moroccan. And that's what I get into. Canada, like I did a video for a weed store in Ontario. The guy had fucking fantastic hash. Oh, really, Josh? Well, hey, I got to tell you, whatever province, if you're in Kent, dude, I've got to come up there. There's this weed store. This guy, I made a video for him. He gave me this chunk of fucking hash. I couldn't smoke it. I smoked it. I couldn't finish it. I had to leave back to America, and I found some couple at a Niagara Falls gift store, and I was like, you guys smoke weed? And there was some hippie couple. I'm like, they're like, oh yeah. I'm like, here's 1.5 grams or 2 of hash. I can't bring this. Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah. So I've been to Niagara Falls, been to Mississauga, Niagara on the Lake. We've driven to Toronto. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I fucking hate Toronto. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I fucking hate Toronto. You got a great mall there, but Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that city? Montreal looks like a fucking $1 million. I've been to Vancouver, minus the heroin addicts. It was a great place. Gross Mountain, fucking up at the top with the bears. Mwah, I love it. I had a fucking guy I knew that gave me a CD. This homeless guy named Andre. He died though of cancer. Vancouver, like British Columbia, amazing. Ontario, minus Toronto. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, there you go. Canadian hates Toronto. See? We're not the only ones. And it's just such sprawl. I saw it from Niagara on the Lake, and I'm like, oh, that's like New York. Holy fuck. CN Tower, right? Let's do it. And I got there, and I sat in traffic for fucking 8 hours. And I'm just like, oh, wonderful. Wunderbar. I'll stay out in the hinterlands. Besides, I liked the I liked Fort Mississauga. It's haunted as fuck. And then they have this like Ojibwe type of native situation up there, which is also fascinating. Yeah, dude, I love it. It's good. We've been to Canada a bunch. That I took the kids there, the whole 9 yards. The one thing I will say, Niagara Falls used to be like breakfast places about 10 years ago. Now it's all just shawarma. But the weed, isn't there just weed everywhere?
Yes.
It's like fucking, I could not stop tripping over weed stores in fucking Ontario. Like Curtis Connor, I hope he smokes weed. If you know who Curtis Connor is, the dude on YouTube here, fucking fascinating human being. I've got a little bit different politics, but he's more hard left than a fantastic though. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, the fucking Ojibwe. I fucking learned some words. Okay, so like I got this weird superstitious shit. So I was at Fort Mississauga a couple of times. I've been to like Fort George and Fort Niagara and all that other shit. But I was at Fort Mississauga and like me and my wife took pictures and there's clearly like ghosts and shit, right? There's some fucked up shit that happened there. Native people were shot and all this. I read some of the lore of the Ojibwe and they fucking like betrayed this fucking guy that was like a chief and they fucking executed the dude like within, you know, like 1,000 feet of wherever that was. So I learned like Ojibwe words for I'm sorry. And I went out there and a couple other phrases and I said it, but there's no real I'm sorry in Ojibwe. You're just not supposed to be a dickhead in the first place. At least that's the lore of it. So there was also another battlefield over on the other side of Niagara Falls. Did the same thing. Hope it did something. I'm not exactly sure because I don't know that, like, if, you know, hey, you know, back in the day, 400 years ago, you shot all of our people. We kind of hate you even in spirit. I don't know if that exists or not. I'm just some Irish Scots dude that tried to fucking make amends with ghost entities over at old forts. Nevertheless, it was a good time. And when we took pictures, we didn't see ghosts the next time, which I just don't want people fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Or spirits fucking with me. Now, I have known people that did sweat lodges, one or two people. I never personally did that. No, mainly because I've never had the opportunity. That's basically the situation. And then, like, I've tried to go, I like to go off the beaten path. See, I went to school for anthropology, and then I went to grad school for nonprofit management, but that's a whole other dumbass bullshit I wish I hadn't done. Nevertheless, though, because it cost a lot of money for no real gain. The anthropology's fantastic. So, like, we went to Jamaica, and on the surface, I just looked like, oh, hey, let's get some parsnips. Huh? Yeah, that's not what we do here. No, I just, so a long time ago, I used to have hair down to here. And I used to wear all black and Serpent Mound. No, but I know of it. I've been to Angel Mound, and then there's the one in fucking Illinois, that big one, Cahokia Mound. Yeah, those are the big ones. Okay, so in Indiana, there's a place called Tippecanoe County, Indiana, and this is a fucked up story here. So, the guy who was John Tyler, I think it was, and then there was another Benjamin Harrison, and I think one of them, or were both of them, I think were president. Anyway, so they go up there, and they're taking over the Northwest Territory and expanding America. So they got in, I don't know if it was Sioux or Miami, whatever it was, and they killed, Tecumseh was his name. They took this dude hostage named Tecumseh, and they ended up executing him after his prison, whatever the fuck they did. And so they chased the remains of the native tribe to a place called Prophetstown, right? And now Prophetstown, the under of Tecumseh, they were surrounded by the United States military. And at Prophetstown, they made a curse on the white people that were coming to fuck with them, right? And then, of course, they were taken captive and they were all executed, or a great deal of them were, except for the women. I don't know what the fuck happened back then exactly. I'm not privy to exactly how it all went down. Nevertheless, after that all happened, a lot of people say the reason the state of Indiana is the way it is, is because of that curse. And it's like, well, I've tried on many occasions to be like, look, I didn't do it, okay? That's what that is. Like, I didn't do any of that shit. Like you ever see, hey, I didn't do anything. It was all these fucking assholes. I was just walking through and I got fucking in here. Don't put me in this pile of shit, right? And that type of thing. So, but old habits and old anger dies hard with the spirit realm. So, that's that story. Right? Either way, Canada is a great place. We go up to, what's it called? Windsor, Ontario all the time to buy food. And if you know any reason why, it's because American food has a bunch of fucking poison shit in it. Cursed lands, yeah. Well, and I've done Indiana, which is funny, exactly. Because it's named after that to like kind of take the sting off the murder. But like, so me and my wife and kid, we drive up to Michigan to get a lot of weed. Like a lot. Like as much, as I can last for like a month or two. And so we go up to, God damn it, Windsor. So I'm high. We go up to Windsor, Ontario, and we go to the grocery stores to buy food that doesn't have chemicals in it so we can bring it back. So if you're you're in Ontario, buy a Kit Kat bar in Ontario, then drive to America and buy a Kit Kat bar in America. Eat your Canadian one first, and then eat the diarrhea one from America. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Eat the diarrhea. Yeah, eat the diarrhea one first, and then eat the Canadian one to wash that disgusting whatever the fuck that is away. I don't know why America does that. In Long Island, for several people, sent her being removed from her location. We don't know where at. Pocahontas. That's the thing. That's John Smith's story. You know, you lived in Windsor, so you know about Hi-Ho Restaurant? Do you know about the Hi-Ho Restaurant? Yeah, so I know where you're at. London? Yeah, I know exactly where that's at. There's a restaurant called Hi-Ho Restaurant in fucking Windsor, Ontario. There's this, I don't even know her name, this really skinny black girl that we kind of know there, that we've been talking to for a very long, well, not, a year? No. Or over 6 months? How many times have we been up there?
3.
Best fucking meal in that fucking town, I swear to God. The fish and chips, my wife doesn't eat fish, but I lived in Australia for a while, so like I like to have that. So fish and chips are fantastic. The breakfast food is great, right? Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. When you go to a restaurant in America, they bring you a plate like this fucking large. You can eat 3/4 of it and just barely be full. You go to Canada, you get a plate that's half the size, but I eat half of that and I'm full. Why is that? It's because America's food has shit in it that makes you not full, so your fat fucking ass will eat it all day and get ballooned in order to charge more. It's a profit-making tool. That's what brominated vegetable oil does. But in Canada, they don't have that. So you can eat a meal and actually be full, right? You don't have to be fucking big Walmart tip assist. You can fucking make it. And that's why I like to go up there. We're going to be going up there coming up, in a week or two? A couple weeks? Next weekend I'll be up there. If you're ever in Windsor, go to Louis' Restaurant, family-run breakfast. Oh, no shit. All right. Yeah, I could give that a shot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've actually been exploring. We just drive for hours in some cases, just for fun. The Border Patrol was really weird with me one time. They were I was I drove up here for $300 worth of food. And they're like, you're bringing food back? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, are you serious? I'm like, yes, we got fucking 40 boxes. Yes. I don't have meat. I want to bring meat back because the meat in Canada also looks better. Wyandotte Street East. The street actually sounds familiar. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Not the restaurant, but the street. That's fantastic. Your weed is really good. I'm telling you, man. But I want to find kebab, but not I want the shaved shit on French fries with cheese. I don't want the log of meat that looks like a turd. Also in Niagara Falls, there's like a Swiss chalet restaurant. That's actually good. Eggs, bacon, hash browns, pancakes. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what she wants. That's like every meal she would eat, pretty much. I mean, not every meal, but
all day.
oh, all day. No shit. You're looking it up, aren't you?
I'm looking at her.
She's looking it up right now. Yeah, so Donald Trump doesn't want to open the Wayne Gretzky Bridge. Okay, so this is a bit of news. So there's a slight dispute between the Trump administration and Canada over the Wayne Gretzky Bridge going from Windsor, Ontario, hometown Port Stanley. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, Port Stanley. That sounds familiar too. Oh my God. I'm telling you, man, that little peninsula down, I'm going to fucking get all that. You are, huh? Yeah, I'll be done soon. You are, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, oh, nice. Yeah, very nice. Right there, Main Beach, Port Stanley, Hawk Cliff, Orchard Beach Cove, Port Stanley Pier, Little Creek Park. Any of that is good for me because all of it's new territory that I haven't gained. You guys know Toys R Us is out of business here. It's not there though. Fantastic.
Well, the one was closing.
Yeah, the one was closing in Windsor. Back in the day, Americans would go to Windsor, Ontario to get shit-faced under Gordie Howe Bridge. Thank you. I get those two confused. My mom, yeah, she always used to mention Gordie Howe. Thank you. Jeez, I can't believe I fucked that up. Wayne Gretzky has the liquor. You see, that's the thing. Wayne Gretzky has the winery and the distillery, and fucking Gordie Howe has the bridge. Got it. Now there we go. It's a thing. These are hockey people. These are fucking like giants of the industry. I don't know an American that's a hockey player that I could even name off the top of my head. Anyway, so what's up, America? Okay, sorry about my Canadian, my thing there. Let me do speed run the news and let's get the fuck out of here because it's late and we drove from Tennessee to Indiana. And then we'll be driving from Indiana to Canada coming up here. Might be in Niagara Falls for the summer, but might go to New York again. Just kind of the Jordan of hockey. Yeah, dude, I remember his face. I want to go to his winery, dude. And there's this place that's got Turkish Delight, but now it's in Niagara on the lake, and the lady was a fucking cunt. But either way, I still want her Turkish Delight.
No, isn't it closed now? Isn't it?
Yeah, well, no, the wedding thing, but they moved into the town.
Oh.
And they have that with the little jars and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like irritated that I want 9 flavors. Then I'm like, I'll wait. I'm like, she's like I'm a fucking lunatic. And she's just like, really? I'm like, yeah. And I came all the way for that. You got to understand. I will drive 9 hours for a fucking thing of Turkish Delight. I don't give a fuck. I would fly to Australia for a fucking meat pie. Port Stanley, Ontario. Oh, dude, definitely. Absolutely. Toys R Us is open in China. No shit. No, tout or us. Well, I will bring the hash. Is this, can you plug this in? This thing's like...
Yeah, I charged it fully.
Why is this not hitting? Really? We're doing this? I'm pushing it on the atomizer.
Oh, you're pushing it. I thought you were sucking it in. Yeah, it's not very big.
That upsets me. That upsets me. Here, let me see the bowl real quick. I'm gonna smoke the hash. So, chap your blunt, charge your blunt. Yeah, no, well, she did. That's the thing. You got okay? Is it okay?
Yeah.
You got a big hit?
I mean, I took a big hit, but.
As long as it doesn't electrocute me through. Okay, so coming up here, this is my hockey puck of hash. Ah. Yeah, no shit. And the difference, as you can tell, is in America, they're stingy with the hash. You see that? They're stingy with it. In Canada, they're like, hash. And I'm like, yeah, see, that's where we should be going. Anyway, sorry, my wife, she looked into moving to Canada once. And was it I can't move? You can, but I can't. Is that what it is? Or you need a job?
I could move if I had a job offer. But
she could move if
she had a job offer unless I live there.
Yeah, she could move there too. Oh, very nice, Joshua. Fuck yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I got to tell you, man, whatever you're doing up there, because too many chemicals in America. That's the problem. And I've been trying to fucking stop that shit for a long time. There's some girl that, she paid me for it. How much should we make? $425? Yeah, I got paid like $425 to make an anti-pesticide campaign. It's fantastic, but you know what they say, money talks and bullshit walks. Yeah, they do grow shrooms in Missouri. As fucked up as that is, you can buy shrooms in Branson, Missouri. I'm dead fucking serious. And in Colorado. I don't know why that is a thing. But it's there. Like, I was looking at weed stores in Missouri, and I haven't actually been to any of the weed stores in Missouri, but I was looking at them, and it was like concentrates, edibles, blah, 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 and it was like mushrooms. I'm like, what the fuck? I live in Missouri, Ironton, Missouri. I'm like, you have fucking, like, really, like, psilocybin mushrooms at the fucking stores, and life is cheaper in Asia. It is. It is. Yeah, I would suggest Colorado, though. I've seen them for sale in Colorado. I was in New Zealand once. Jesus Christ, they were selling Molly over the counter. I'm like, what the fuck is this? They're like, well, it's not really Molly. We call it fucking bliggity blobbity. And so there it's okay. And I'm like, what the fuck is this place? I'm like, I didn't realize. And I'm like, well, I just want some weed. And they're like, oh, no, we can't sell you weed. I have to call a buddy, and we'll do that under the table. I'm like, but you're selling Molly. What the fuck? And they're like, no, we can't sell you weed. It's against the law. I'm like, well, then how the fuck is this? Because it's not, it's a relaxant. I'm like, yeah, no shit. Yeah, I'm like, exactly. It's MDMA, yes. I'm like, how the fuck? And this was back in 2007, so I don't know what the laws are now. But I went to this store in Christchurch, New Zealand, and it literally was like a blacklight store. And the guy is like, well, we got Molly, and we got meth, and I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't want that. Like, I'm not here for that long. No, that's a whole weekend, okay? I've got other cities to be in. And it's like, no, you try this. I'm like, I'm like, I just want some weed. Well, I'll have to call, that's illegal. And I'm like, you're trying to sell me meth, dude. Well, that's okay, because it's not that. We just call it something different. I'm like, what the fuck is this country I'm in? That's fine and everything. Whatever floats your boat. But don't you think you could have legal weed too? If you're going to do that? Like, I don't know, man. No, not in the church. Christchurch, New Zealand. The city is Christchurch. Yeah. I had lived in Australia for a while. And when I left, I came through New Zealand, a couple of cities. That place is a fucking trip, man. Yeah, I heard Thailand, they don't give a fuck at all in Thailand. And in Cambodia, you can buy it on the pizza. But that was back in the day. Yeah, they've changed the laws. But in Singapore, they'll fuck you up over there. We're going to go to Thailand, honey? Get some chocolate Thai? Yum, yum. That'll be fucking nice. Okay, so anyway, your wife have time, do your homework on Port Stanley. You need to check it out and come for a visit. Yeah, we're slowly expanding. Eventually, we'll have the entire thing around the lake. Just grow this shit, and we'll get all that territory. But we need to move on to Montreal. Because everybody's like, oh, that's like a very European city. I'm like, yeah, we got to get to Montreal. And then if you know anything about what is called Fruitiger Arrow, Vancouver is Fruitiger Arrow in real life. So is Singapore. So if you ever look up like Fruitiger Arrow, what that aesthetic is, and then you're like, gee, that's, yeah. What's the emergency? For what? My dick is so big it won't fit in my underwear. I don't know what I can do. Please call someone. It's an emergency. I love you. I don't know what to do about it. They said there's no surgery to shrink it. Anyway, so let's get into the news. I'm very sorry about that. Mine falls in the water when I take a crap. I know. Doesn't that suck? I know. I have a problem. But I don't want to cut any. I don't want to nip the tip because fuck that shit. Anyway, so let's get into the news. I'm sorry I just like Canada. Sorry. Non-existent job growth in the United States. 0 jobs created over the last year. U.S. economy may not be strong enough to cope with the conflict in Iran. Showdown between the United States and Russia is starting as Russia sends 3 tankers full of fuel to Cuba as the United States doubles down on its embargo. 2 shipments of Russian oil and gas head to Cuba in defiance of the United States. The first cargo is set to arrive in Havana on Monday as Donald Trump taunts the communist island while administration engages in talks. I don't know what talks those would be. What? I love you.
I was talking about getting in the title says breaking news.
Oh, God.
You're talking about the day.
Oh, okay, yeah. 2 vessels heading for energy-starved Cuba are carrying Russian oil and fuel are due to arrive as early as next week in defiance of President Donald Trump's energy embargo on the nation, according to maritime intelligence services. If the ships arrive, they will be in Cuba's first energy shipments in the last 3 months. The island was plunged into a nationwide blackout with its entire electricity grid collapsed on Monday before gradually regaining power on Tuesday, deepening the bitter economic crisis. The Hong Kong-flagged Seahorse, believed to be carrying 27,000 tons of Russian gas, is headed towards the island after appearing to divert course last month. The ship is estimated to arrive in Havana on Monday, the co-founder of Maritime Intelligence says. A Russian-flagged Anatoly Klondakin, carrying some 100,000 metric tons of crude oil, equivalent to 728,000 barrels of oil, was estimated to arrive in Cuba on April 4th. That is a shitload of oil. Earlier in the week, Donald Trump predicted that he would, quote, have the honor of taking Cuba in some form, having previously floated a friendly takeover of the Caribbean nation. Whether I free it, take it, I think I can do anything I want. If you know the truth, Donald Trump told reporters on Monday. They're a very weakened nation right now. Yes, you can, but should you? That is the question. Speculation is mounting that Donald Trump is trying to force the exit of President Miguel Diaz-Canel, who last week confirmed Cuba is talking to the administration in a bid to end the energy blockade. Funniest president. Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck at all. That's the weird thing about it is like, this dude will sit in a fucking room and just riff with strangers as a fucking domestic policy. This guy will just sit here. It's like, Mr. President, what do you think about Cuba? Well, I'll tell you what, I could just roll in there and take it. What do you think, Pat? Yeah, I could just do it. You think that's a good idea, Pat? What about you, Jim? Yeah, these fuckers can suck my dick. Isn't that fun? Yeah, I don't know. We'll just talk about it. Maybe we'll go in there. Maybe we'll just kind of fiddle our cock around, see what happens. We'll see. And then we'll get into this. Then he just like devolves into some other subject where he'll be like, yeah, and then speaking of Iran, I killed that guy, didn't I? Hey, holla at your boy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, we're going to just have these people rise up. Israel's going to take these fuck faces out. Don't know what to do about Hezbollah. China's another topic. And I'm like, weren't we talking like four other topics back in the day? Like, what are we doing here? And it's like, yeah, we're just doing 16 things. And it's all going to be fucked up. We don't even know if most of them are going to work. All of them are new, though, because what the last fuckface was doing was horrible. So all this is new, fantastic, and I'm like, wow. I'm. It's one of those things. It's a roller coaster. I'm kind of glad I'm on. Right? Yeah. Oh, dude. I see it every day. I follow them on purpose. I follow them on purpose to see, like, they're playing like fucking Wu-Tang Clan on fucking bombing sites. I'm like, holy shit. Like, this dude makes videos I would make on YouTube 8 years ago. Holy fucking shit. Like, is the son running the TikTok page? Barron Trump, is he like in charge of that? Or is just some like dude on, like, is just high all the time doing it? Because that is some shit like, they were doing that TikTok trend with the John Hamm in the club. I said, who? And it has Trump like blowing up Iran with who? It's like, what the fuck? Anyway, so that's happening. Oil in the United States is now $111 a barrel, updating hourly, by the way. And speculation, Qatar had an oil refinery attacked, and Saudi Arabian oil fields are new targets. This will piss the world off. There were 10 world leaders, or 10 leaders from various nations in the Gulf region that were meeting in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, when Iran targeted the meeting with 4 missiles. Those missiles were blown up, but debris hit the diplomatic quarter of the meeting. Hi, Pims. And so now it looks like 10 nations are pissed off at Iran, including Pakistan, by the way. United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Bahrain, Turkey. Diplomats from Turkey were there. Syria, Jordan, I believe. A lot of Azerbaijan. A lot of allies or friends of Iran, and they just decided to try to target. Like, is there like a meth head running the country right now? Like, why would you do that? I understand attacking American interests, but like, really? Like, you're like attacking the civilian population of like a guy you did a trade deal with? That's an odd position to take. Not exactly sure what's going on over there in Iran. I'm not sure who's really in charge. They also said the guy that was in charge of the country now might be gay, but I'm not sure if that's real, because that was Twitter propaganda, and that's all I've been seeing recently. Anyway, J.D. Vance has been charged with taking out fraud. That'll be funny, what comes out of that. TSA agents are now having to sell their blood to pay bills because Democrats and Republicans are dick measuring again and can't figure out a bill. Sounds like fucking Pierre Poilievre against fucking Mark Carney. Jesus fucking Christ. It doesn't change, does it? Republicans are voting against the Homeland Security pick. United States debt reaches $39 trillion as another spending spree occurs, and billionaires are preparing for tax the rich wildfires. They want to leave the country. I told you that shit would happen. MAGA is turning on itself as MAGA is breaking apart. People are leaving MAGA to form new parties. I think that's a good idea. as Donald Trump is finding himself with less support because of the war, mostly. Social media is now fueling violence, and in spring break in Florida, there was 5 shootings in one incident. People are being hospitalized by certain supplements, and the Epstein files would have had a probe, but the Department of Justice, listen to this, the Department of Justice blocks the release of a secret Epstein drug probe. So the Department of Justice is actively hiding the child molesters. By the time Donald Trump gets out of office, a great deal of these people will be dead. There will be no justice for the Epstein files and the child molesters involved in that. I am very sorry to tell you, our government said that they will not be prosecuting them, even if they are known pedophiles. So, that being the case, the only justice you will get is if you do justice with your feet, and that is either moved out of the country or take matters into your own hands and build some gallows. Those are your only forms of justice you'll get. I'm very sorry about that. The FBI is now buying data, so it'll track people. Told you about that too. FBI and IRS are investigating nonprofits for domestic terror links. Fantastic. Yeah, I know, exactly, right? And because of the hot, warm springtime, there is a surge in scorpions and rattlesnakes in America. So, honey, I know how much you love snakes, and there is a surge of rattlesnakes. This is Gatlin. Hello! Why don't you execute the rich people? I have a hole in my chest. That's because I was shot by an Iranian IRGC member. That was very harsh. Does anybody know how to fix this bald patch? Please, please fix me. I'll give you some honey. I'll pee in it a little. Psst. Fantastic. Yeah. By the way. Kinda fuck you, bitch. What's up, baby? How you doing? They call me Gatlin. You know what I like to do? I like to shoot a motherfucker from time to time. I come out, I shoot you in the dick and rob your ass. I'm gonna leave you crotchless, broke and dickless. How you like that? You ain't got no paper and you ain't got no dick. Fuck you. Thank you, Gatlin. Anytime. Yes, Gatlin has multiple personality disorder. It's fantastic. Judge threatens to halt Donald Trump's White House ballroom, $400 million. Judge threatens to halt Trump's brazen White House ballroom scheme until Congress agrees. Please don't. They already tore part of it down. That's retarded. You see, that's a problem because if they hadn't started construction, great. But what are you going to do? Just leave a tarp over it? That's like hillbilly shit. A federal judge has thrown cold water on President Trump's efforts to bypass Congress in constructing a $400 million ballroom where the East Wing of the White House once stood. You see? Calling the scheme brazen. Great. You're a day late and $1 short. What are you going to do? Have an open hole? So anyway, federal judge said that they might cancel the project. I highly doubt that'll happen. Trump administration has attempted to defend the 90,000 square foot ballroom as necessary for national security. Wow. And have argued that because Congress allocated millions of dollars for alterations and maintenance of Trump's residence, the project is exempt from congressional oversight. Meanwhile, Trump has repeatedly bragged about the project, with critics saying represents a blatant attempt to remake the nation's capital to resemble the Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. I didn't realize that was the goal, but that's actually stunning. I'm struggling to see this as an alteration. Judge Richard Leon said on Tuesday during a hearing as part of a lawsuit of the National Trust for Historic Preservation, which seeks to stop the construction of the ballroom until the president wins over Congress. Problem is that chandelier keeps us safe. That's correct. It's got fucking guns and laser beams in the chandelier. But it's one of those hidden projects. You know what I mean? So we can't discuss it. It's one of those. It's classified. That's the word I'm looking for. Classified. Yeah, it's like an alien spacecraft. But the bottom line is, and this is where I'm kind of at with it. Like, they already tore it down with like a fucking crane and shit. So now it's like it risks making America look like a trailer park. And that's a problem. And I know Democrats are like, well, ha. And it's like, but that's childish. To the rest of the world, we look like fucking dumbasses. And so it's like, let's at least, like, can we put up some stucco? Can we put the wall back? Can we do something that makes us not look like we're fucking stupid? Like, I didn't build the house, nor did I take it down. I don't mind a ballroom as long as, like, is the money there or am I paying for it? That's kind of where I'm at. Most Americans were told that the money was there, basically. Yeah, no thank you for the golden toilet. I will say, though, that a copper toilet would stop bacterial spread. I would be in favor of having all the water pipes copper and having like the wallpaper in a hospital, like that copper type. They make that shit. It kills bacteria. Like, I'm all in, like, copper's an underrated fuck. It's like an underused. I know it's expensive and all this other shit, but like, if you made all the door handles copper and you made the water pipes copper and you just made everything out of copper again, there's so much less bacteria that would fucking, like, it would be a wondrous world if there was just like copper. Yeah, and it's a good conduct, absolutely. Like, copper, like, I'm coming, my wife's like, are you done? I'm like, I know. Hi, how are you? I hate fucking people. I know. Anybody don't like me, go fuck yourself. See you later. Yeah. But yeah, copper is fantastic, man. And that is... And it's now being reported that birds are stealing cigarette butts to put them in their nests in order to ward off parasites because there's so many chemicals. I'm damn right. The puppet knows what time it is. I'm telling you. Gatlin, name is Gatlin. Yeah. So, and this is the last story because it's cutesy, but some birds are now taking cigarette butts to their nests because the chemicals have been linked to reducing parasites. Apparently the birds... Oh, dude, I am. Apparently the birds have found out that the cigarette butts repel parasites in their fucking nests. Birds don't want to itch with fleas and lice also. So they apparently have been taking up to 10 cigarette butts per nest and putting them in there in order to make it so parasites are running away from the chemicals that are in the cigarettes. Obviously, the birds are not scientists and have not done chemical studies on this. However, they have figured out through hook or by crook that cigarette butts ward off parasites in the bird nests. And so now warblers and robins and starlings and even blue jays and other cardinals and shit like that are doing that. Does anybody want me to read the right-wing news? No? Okay, my wife says no. That being the case, I will put up a couple of videos on TikTok for my archaeology page. Apparently, they found a Roman artifact. My Marlboro's helping the ecosystem. By the way, my wife also gets her cigarettes in Canada because they do not have fire-safe vinyl acetate rings in the cigarettes. Less chemicals once again. Funny how you go to if you go to a convenience store in Canada all the cigarettes are hidden under those things. And if you go to a duty-free store, you buy a carton, they have the mouth cancer images and the little girl on the breathing machine about to die and the like bleeding out pancreas images on the cigarette. And it's like, cigarettes cause cancer. Look, here's mouth cancer. Hell yeah, that's even better. Roll your own. When we were in Australia, they did that too. And so we used to collect they would have little images like this, and we used to cut them out and collect the images of the sicknesses, and we would trade them back and forth like playing cards while we bought 40 packs of cigarettes. I don't know if they sell those in Canada, but in Australia, they sold 40 packs of cigarettes. So you could get 20 packs, 10 packs, and then the fabled 40 pack of cigarettes, which is atrocious when you're at a bar or doing acid. Jesus fucking Christ. Do you know what it's like to go through a 40 pack of cigarettes on something? Holy shit. Anyway, so that was my not so much news. I've been gone for 5 or 6 days. So I'll get more into the news and shit, and I'll take my TikTok videos and bring them over here and all that other shit. And so that's what it is. So don't forget to subscribe, share, like, hit the notification button. Also follow me on TikTok, Sup America, and Sup America 2. Sup America and Sup America 2 on TikTok. One is my politics page. One is my archaeology page. Hell yeah, Jared. I'll be back tomorrow to do so, because it is 1:30 in the morning and I am out of here and I'm sick of wearing a collared shirt because fuck that shit. So anyway, don't forget to, on Twitter too. So don't forget to subscribe, share, like, hit the notification button. If you don't like me, block me and go fuck yourself. And I will be back tomorrow with some better weed.